Bullseye.
What's up guys, it's me Tarox, so welcome back to another episode of the WWE2k17 Universe Mode. This is episode number 13 and we're just one episode after the very first pay-per-view. Payback is now history. We've made history, first champions for every SmackDown title, but we're far from done. We're not slowing down, our action is starting to build up. Just 1 week until the next pay-per-view. Fastlane, Raw's first pay-per-view is coming up. And on Raw today, we've got a couple of matches to go. We've got another couple of US title #1 contenders to crown. We've got the second round of the 4-team tag team tournament for the Raw Tag Team Championships. All that is going to happen today, but we are going to start it out with Jack Swagger and Kane facing off against each other right now. Kane's coming off a nice victory last week against Darren Young, while Jack Swagger coming off a loss in the triple threat match against Sin Cara and Simon Gotch to try and qualify for the US title match coming up at Fastlane, of course, this Sunday. Jack Swagger was not able to get in there, and now he's looking to pick himself up against Kane, while Kane is trying to build some of a winning streak. Their first win in this first match against Darren Young, of course, so still very early on, but he's trying to beat Jack Swagger in this one as he gets hit with a gut-wrench powerbomb finish of Jack Swagger. Could that be it? 1, 2, kick out at 2 from Kane. The man who's kicked out of multiple tombstones in his career surely is able to withstand at least the gut-wrench powerbomb, and he does so. Jack Swagger bomb followed by another gut-wrench powerbomb, and that surely could be it for Kane against Jack Swagger right here. 1, 2, 3. Oh my fucking god, that was as close as the kick out gets. 2.999 seconds kick out for Kane, but Swagger is ready and waiting with another gut-wrench powerbomb, and now that should be it. As close as the last pinfall was, this has to be it now for Kane. 1, 2, 3, and it is indeed it. Jack Swagger manages to win against Kane. Very impressive win for him, and could get him again more towards that US title if he's looking to get that again. One against Kane, who is really still a force to be reckoned with, as he showed against Darren Young. He dominated him, and now Jack Swagger won the match pretty decisively as well, showing that he is in good form and maybe looking to get a title in the future. Speaking of titles, we are heading into the next US title #1 contender match. Sin Cara is already waiting in the match for Fastlane. Who's gonna join him? Rusev? Dolph Ziggler? We're gonna find out next. Ziggler did manage to ground the Bulgarian very early on in the match, drops a nice elbow, nip up, show off style right there, swinging neckbreaker to follow that up, but eats a nice jumping sidekick from Rusev and is down for the count. 2 seconds kick out from Dolph Ziggler right there, and he is not done there. Super kick waiting to get struck on Rusev. He tunes up the band and boom! Shades of Shawn Michaels, of course, right there, going for a pin on Rusev, who just delivered a super kick of sorts with the jumping sidekick. Now Dolph Ziggler's turn, and again a kick out at 2, this time from the Bulgarian Brute, who delivers a nice side slam to Dolph Ziggler, grounds him, but runs straight into the famous just a minute later, and is recipient of another super kick by the Show-Off, and that should be it. That could see Dolph Ziggler going into the US title match against Sin Cara. Referee is going down for the count. 1, 2, 3, and that is it indeed. Dolph Ziggler wins against Alexander Rusev, of course, only Rusev nowadays, and joins Sin Cara in the match for the US title. Congratulations to Dolph Ziggler, but we're far from done for tonight. The next match is going to show us Bray Wyatt versus Darren Young. Bray Wyatt followed by the whole family, Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, and Braun Strowman. Darren Young last week the recipient of a huge beat against Kane. Bray Wyatt comes off a victory against Chris Jericho in last week's main event. Let's see what Bray Wyatt can do this time. Just judging from the results of last week, Bray Wyatt should be the clear favorite going into that one. Showing off a very, very nice T-bone suplex there on Darren Young, who gets a power slam on Bray Wyatt in return, and a stomp to follow that one up, not letting off the damage. Now full Nelson slam from Bray Wyatt, just driving Darren Young into the mat, and Braun Strowman takes a second to grab a chair from underneath the ring and slides it into the ring. Bray Wyatt not used it yet. A nice senton onto Darren Young, and that one hurts because Bray Wyatt, he is a heavy dude. He is a 300 pounder, and getting a senton like that from Bray Wyatt is hurting no matter what. Braun Strowman is still outside, Chair is still there, but we see the creepy Bray Wyatt, the spider, and he's charging, he's hunting for Darren Young, kiss on the forehead, and Sister Abigail, he hits it, and that should be it, without even using the chair that Braun Strowman provided. Refs down for the count, 1, 2, 3. That is it indeed. Bray Wyatt, another victim, is down for the 3 count. This week it is Darren Young. Last week, of course, it was Chris Jericho. Bray Wyatt continues to wreck house on Raw every week in and week out. Next up is finally the second semi-final in the tag team tournament. It was Golden Truth against an unknown team. Of course, you can see now the team is now known. It is the Revival trying to challenge for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. But first, they have to beat the Golden Truth and then win a Fastlane as well. Golden Truth is their first step to go through. We now waited 3 weeks to see who will be the team that takes on the Golden Truth for the last possible spot in the WWE Raw Tag Team title match at Fastlane, coming up against the Usos. And it is the Revival taking that spot. The tag team from NXT trying to get a spot in that Raw title match, and that could move them straight up the roster if they would win those titles, because they would have to defend them on Raw. That was a very nice back and forth match. You can see R-Truth is busted wide open, going for the little Jimmy there, but Scott Dawson is ready to strike at R-Truth straight away, not even letting him try to pin it. Now, this nice swinging neckbreaker from Goldust, vintage Goldust. Scott Dawson will try to come inside, but R-Truth is going to stop him with a nice swinging neckbreaker, which is going to get countered, but the ref has counted 3 quite a few seconds ago already. The Golden Truth beat the Revival and go on to face the Usos at Fastlane. Congratulations to them. Unfortunate for the Revival, really back and forth match, but just not able to win the match. The co-main event of today will be another match for number 1 contendership for the US title match at Fastlane. Joining Sin Cara and Dolph Ziggler, who qualified earlier, will be either Dean Ambrose or Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was going big in this match. Few seconds in, he was on the top rope doing a nice little splash there again. Springboard dropkick there from him, showing his high flying abilities and going for a blue thunder bomb very early on. Could that be it already? 2 seconds kick out there from Dean Ambrose. Unbelievable, kicking out of a blue thunderbomb straight away. Dirty Deeds is what hits Sami Zayn just a minute later. Now Dean Ambrose with a cover himself. Ref goes for the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out from Sami Zayn. A 2 this time, both staying in for now. Dean Ambrose now spearing Sami Zayn on the outside. That's gonna hurt. Dean Ambrose lying down on the outside. Sami Zayn on top rope with a swanton bomb. A sent from the top rope, followed up by another blue thunderbomb just a few minutes later, and that should be 1, 2, 2.8 seconds kick out from Dean Ambrose right there. Helluva kick is getting smashed into the face of Dean Ambrose right there, and if that's something, I don't know what is. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, another very close kicker from Dean Ambrose there as he charges towards Sami Zayn, gets caught in a roll up there by Sami Zayn, and that is now the 3 count. Just shortly after the Helluva kick and blue thunder bomb, Sami Zayn does eventually pick up the win against Dean Ambrose and qualifies himself for a match against Dolph Ziggler and Sin Cara for the United States Championship at Fastlane coming up this Sunday. Main event of today's Monday Night Raw, we have another qualifying match, and it is once again for the US title match at Fastlane. So this is going to be a fatal 4-way match. It is going to be either Roman Reigns or Mark Henry as last entrant into that match. These two are now fighting for the last spot in our US title match. It is going to be a fatal 4-way, as we said. Roman Reigns has had 1 match in week 1 on Raw so far, and he lost that one to Sin Cara, who was then able to win the triple threat match to go in the US title match. If Roman Reigns wants to get revenge, he has to beat Mark Henry tonight, and maybe he can take it back on Sin Cara in the fatal 4-way match. Mark Henry, we have not seen so far whatsoever in this universe mode. This is his debut basically, fighting off against Roman Reigns, and he has a chance to go straight into a title match for the United States Championship. That is Sin Cara, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, the 3 guys that qualified. Dolph Ziggler and Sami Zayn did so today. Sin Cara, as we said, in the triple threat match week 2 between the 3 winners of singles matches in week 1. Now Roman Reigns trying to get revenge, trying to get another shot at the US title. Maybe he could have been in the triple threat match if he would have won against Sin Cara in the first place and qualified straight away. Maybe not. We don't know, but he lost that match in the first place, and now he's got a second chance with a nice straight right fist to the side of the head of Mark Henry right there, trying to pick him up, but the world's strongest man ready to counter that one with an elbow, going for a world's strongest slam very early on. No, Roman Reigns able to counter that one with a few elbows and a fist to the stomach of Mark Henry, but you can see there, world's strongest man. He is more powerful than Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is one hell of a strong dude, but Mark Henry just pushes him off like he is nothing, and Roman Reigns surely is not used to that, because usually in most of the matches Roman Reigns will be the stronger guy. Against Sin Cara he was, against Mark Henry he most certainly is not, because he's not called the world's strongest man for nothing. And Roman Reigns will have to get used to that situation, and that might take him a few minutes to adjust his game plan, because if he relies on power usually, picking up his opponents, throwing them through the ring, throwing heavy punches, he can work those heavy punches against Mark Henry. But he's not going to throw him through the ring like he's nothing, and he's not going to dominate Mark Henry like he does with a lot of other opponents. As we see here, a nice Samoan drop from Mark Henry, going for another elbow drop with his full weight right onto the chest of Roman Reigns, and that one hurts. Goes for the pin after that one. 1, 2, kick out from Roman Reigns right there at 2 seconds. Roman Reigns still in this match, not going to give up that early on, but is in big trouble against Mark Henry, who is putting on a good match against Roman Reigns so far. He's putting Roman Reigns in trouble like not a lot of people do. Sin Cara's match was kind of an upset. Sin Cara wasn't really dominant over Roman Reigns, but he just got the 3 count at the right moment, and Roman Reigns wasn't ready for that. Roman Reigns got caught off guard by Sin Cara possibly, and lost that match on a bad day maybe as well. Not to make excuses, but he definitely saw in those matches that Sin Cara didn't dominate Roman Reigns. But Mark Henry so far is doing a really good job, almost I'd almost say dominating Roman Reigns. Now powerbomb set up. Are we gonna see a oh my god, and look at the force of that powerbomb, just slamming Roman Reigns neck first into the mat, and that one hurts heavily. Nice power slam there from Mark Henry, the vintage Mark Henry, with a high headbutt to the hip of Roman Reigns. And it's not looking good for the big dog so far. He is of course not going to be in the world title match, as that one is going to be Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. Dean Ambrose not able to qualify for that one, not even able to qualify for the US title match against Sami Zayn right there. That was his second chance. As we see, a world's strongest slam from Mark Henry out of nowhere, goes for the pin with that. Is that a rope break? Yes, that is a rope break. Left foot underneath the rope. Mark Henry didn't pay attention right there. But Dean Ambrose not able to qualify. Roman Reigns not able to get into the world title match either. Maybe with a win over Sin Cara, he could have worked his way towards that world title match, but he wasn't able to. And now he's trying to get into the US title match to pretty much only be on the card of WWE Fastlane coming up this Sunday. If he loses that one, we might quite possibly not see Roman Reigns whatsoever at Sunday. But he's now, oh my god, super punch. That one was out of nowhere. I did not expect that one. Now he goes into the corner, charging up the spear from the looks of things. He goes down. Mark Henry is struggling to get back up on his feet, and the spear hits, and that could be it. Big dog hits the spear. Is he going to go for the cover? No, he waits a few seconds. Again, I say this so often, but those few seconds could be crucial. 1, 2, and a kick out of 2.5 from Mark Henry. That could have been the 3 seconds that Roman Reigns was hesitating right there. That Mark Henry was just able to kick out of that one. But Roman Reigns fighting his way into the card on Sunday. Mark Henry as well, of course. He has not been able to make an impression yet, as he was not on Raw so far. But if he can win that match, he could make a massive impression with winning the US title as well at Fastlane. Both men actually could. And with a title around your waist, you're going to be a permanent feature on the shows, obviously. But if you don't have a belt, you got to make a serious impact. And you got to put on good matches to keep staying on the card and get shots on for those titles. And if you don't put on those matches, and if you don't deliver, like Roman Reigns hasn't so far against Sin Cara, at least he hasn't, you're not going to feature on the card, and you're in a bad spot in this company. Roman Reigns looking to get back up on his feet right now, countering Mark Henry with a nice knee to the face right there, picking the world's strongest man back up right there. Former world champion, former ECW champion. Mark Henry has held a lot of titles, but Roman Reigns, former world heavyweight champion himself, he has held the tag team championships before. Roman Reigns and Mark Henry both have won a lot of titles in WWE already. Roman Reigns' career a lot shorter than Mark Henry's been so far, but maybe we're gonna see another 20 years of Roman Reigns. Who's gonna tell Roman Reigns to stop? I'm not. Mark Henry has been in the company for ages, literally ages, and Roman Reigns is looking to follow that footsteps of Mark Henry. Another step would be towards winning that United States title if he can beat Mark Henry, but for that he's got to do more than just focus the legs there. You got to pull up more and bigger moves to keep a Mark Henry down. He is not only big, he's not only strong, he's resilient as they come, and so is Roman Reigns. So this match could go on for quite a while, as both men can definitely take some damage as much as they can deal damage, and they can deal a lot of damage. Superman Punch we've seen already, Spear we've seen, World's Strongest Slam, we've seen some heavy hitting moves, and both of those men are still standing and fighting. Well, right now it is only Roman Reigns standing, but Mark Henry has done good so far. Oh my god, look at the strength of Roman Reigns, deadlifting Mark Henry into a powerbomb. Unfucking real, that strength. Holy moly, that was incredible by Roman Reigns. Goes for the cover, 1, 2, but another kick out from Mark Henry. And I'm sure he was only down because he was so shocked somebody could pick him up like that, because that doesn't happen to Mark Henry every day. Mark Henry does not get picked up like that by everyone. Maybe Cesaro, John Cena, those guys are really strong as well. But Roman Reigns, he hasn't faced too much yet. And surely he's been surprised by the power that he has. And another power bump? No, he sets him up for a razor's edge. What is he gonna do? Into a power bump now. Ridiculous power by Roman Reigns once again. Goes for another cover. 1, 2, 3. And that is it. He held him down for the 3 count. Congratulations to Roman Reigns. He qualifies for the US title match. And he goes on to face Sin Cara, Sami Zayn, and Dolph Ziggler at Fastlane for a chance to become the first ever United States champion. As he now has beaten Mark Henry, he's looking in good shape and he has the momentum on his side. All three of the people today that qualified, of course, coming off the back of victory, so they're all looking good going into the pay-per-view. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop it a like down below. It would be very much appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already for more WWE2k17 Universe content. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm off for that one. Have a good one and peace.